Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Yuri. Here is a report on the topic Selection and Grounding of a Speech Signal Mathematical Model for Rehabilitation of People with Damaged Hearing-Speaking Abilities. The need to rehabilitate people with speech impairments due to hearing impairments is relevant today. Selection and substitution of a mathematical model of the speech signal, which adequately describes the patterns in the formation of speech sounds, ensures the effective functioning of systems designed to the training rehabilitation of the speech apparatus of people with damaged hearing-speaking abilities. Vision-based approaches is currently not effective enough, as the visual learning image reflects only the time-varying insinuation features of the speech signal. Then, rehabilitating the function of the speech apparatus, it's necessary to take into account what the patient using the data of the speech signal obtains through his visual organ must reflexively approximate the visual images of the characteristics of his speech signal and the desired standard. This requires justification for the choice of the speech signal appropriative features. Their characteristics should not depend on the moment of a speech signal selection to be invariant in time, containing the maximum data about the signal, simply formed and measured, and take up little space on the screen of the visualization device to be easily recognizable by the patient. Mathematical model of oscillation in the form of periodic and almost periodic function make it possible to describe the regularities of the vowel sound with a discrete or continuous spectrum in terms of model of deterministic functions through their images in certain space. An image of realization of a phonema for a person who hears represented here. So, the main property of Hilbert space used in linear signal theory is the ability to decompose an arbitrary element h into a desired generalized Fourier series. The distance between each of the signal and the reference is calculated by the formula represented here. To particularly obtain the value of the spectral components, we use the so-called synphase method proposed by Yaroslav Petrovich Dragan as a periodically correlated stochastic process in terms of energy theory of stochastic signal, represented and proposed by Dragan. The spectral components of periodically correlated stochastic process are obtained by appropriative formula and represented here. So, verification of results also described here. And we have conclusion. The use of the periodically correlated stochastic process for modeling the registogram of speech signal has been substantiated, which made it possible to obtain its informative features. Next one. The spectral components of the PCSP were selected as an informative feature of speech signal, which made it possible to construct a visual training image of a phonema in a biomedical rehabilitation systems for training the speech apparatus of people with hearing impairments. Next one. A spectral correlation method, so-called synphase method, was developed to obtain the values of spectral components, which made it possible to construct a model verification criteria. Next one. Software has been developed for calculating the values of spectral components, which made it possible to obtain numerical values of the approximation of a speech signal approaching to the reference registergram and quantitatively assess the quality of rehabilitation. Thank you for your attention.